Good afternoon. This is a Sunday drive with Mike. I am absolutely happy to be here. So if I fumble through this video, I am not very good at taking, having a bunch of people. I'm not very good behind the camera, sort of saying. So I will get better. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys viewing what it is that I have to look for. All right. See? Fumbling over the words. So today I wanted to just give a 5-minute, 10-minute quick rundown of what it is that I plan on bringing to you guys, because I am absolutely passionate about what it is that I do. I have lost more clients for doing the right thing than some people have even had, which is okay by me. I have to lay my head on the pillow. And I told myself a long time ago when I got my license that basically they are never going to have a customer say that guy. I have a very, very, very good rate. So what it is, I'm passionate about retirement. Now, let me tell you, there's a couple different financial advisors out there. And not saying that they are doing this because, not saying that every one of them is like this, okay? But there are some financial advisors out there that are commission pushed. Now, because I've had a lot of brokers actually stop doing financial advising for a company because they specifically push certain mutual funds, certain stocks, certain bonds, and sometimes that doesn't align with what it is that the customer is looking for or the customer wants. So if you think about it, the financial industry has changed over the past 5 to 10 years, especially since 2008. In 2008, they learned a very, very, very good lesson. Now, back in the late 90s, they came out with products, and just like any products, a lot of times it takes a while for it to come into play. But now brokers have these products that are safe out of the market. Okay, so you do not have any risk to them. They're safe out of the market, and they get a great return. There's several different ways. Now, for what it is that I'm talking about, it is an annuity. And a lot of times, brokers, financial advisors, do not put you in annuities. Why do they not? Let me explain that. Well, I told myself this was only going to be about 5 minutes. So, why do they not put you into annuities more? Because there's no commission on it compared to what it is that they get. It is a conflict of interest for financial advisors to advise you properly and do the best thing for you and do the best thing for their family at the same time. Think about that. So when 2007, 2008 hit and you picked up the phone, hey, Mr. Edward Jones, Mr. Raymond James, I'm in Florida, Mr. Financial Advisor, Broker, Industry, this thing is dropping. What's going on? I don't want to lose 10%. I'm losing everything. No, just leave it in there. It will come back. Well, that is true, Mr. Advisor. It will come back. But let's look at the actual numbers, shall we? So, for a lot, not some, but a lot of the industry, when people lost money in 2000, started losing money in 2008 to 2009, they didn't get that back, which is your principal. They didn't get their principal back until right around 2014. And that's just, let's say you had $100,000 and you weren't putting in any additional money, so therefore you had $100,000 and you lost and you started losing. So the entire market lost approximately, well, let's just say 40s to 50%. Now, some people feel that if, you know, it comes down 50%, if you have $100,000 and it comes down 50%, if I make 50% right back, guess what? I'm right back where I was. Wrong. That is absolutely false. Think about it. If you have $100,000 and you lose 50,000 of that on a 50%, and you gain 50% back, what are you gaining 50% of? 50% of the $50,000. So therefore, you only have $75,000. So therefore, you know, there's no reason why, if you were to call up your broker when you were losing that type of money, and you said, hey, Mr. Broker, please put all my money in a cash position, or in cash, or in a money market position, whichever, in the safest thing you have, okay? Put my money there. A lot of times a broker doesn't make any commission on those. So therefore, a broker makes commission. A lot of brokers, let me preface this, I am not going after a one specific broker here. So if you happen to be a broker and you are gaining money, and you know, there's all kinds of tricks to the trade. But let's say, you know, you're in down market. Well, they get fees, okay? They get annual fees. There also is fees in some assets. There also are some fees in mutual funds and things that you do not see, and they don't call them fees. But bottom line is that they are getting a, you know, half a tick, half a percent, sometimes a 1/4%, 1/10%, whichever. They are getting fees. So a lot of times, if you multiply that by their book of business, they have 500 clients, you know, 500 times a 0.5%, and it's going down. Well, guess what? You still have a 0.5% number of a balance. So therefore, they are still getting paid. So for these people that just want their money and they do not want to lose any money, everything when you get older is about income. Everything. So if you were to get a guaranteed income for the rest of your life, okay, not just income until your money runs out. See, a lot of times brokers, oh, don't do that annuity, don't do this, don't do that. There are tons of products out there that keep your money safe, give you a decent return, and you can continue getting income until you pass away, or jointly, or which have you. There's all kinds of different ones. So don't let me just itemize each one. I'm passionate about this because for the people that make $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, you know, you guys worked hard for that money. 10, 20, 15, 30 years sometimes for your money. Well, a lot of times if you don't have $250,000 in your book, in your money, in your portfolio, they won't even touch it. Now you go to places like those, 15,000, 20,000, they'll do something with you, but they kind of just hem-haw you. They don't treat you like $1 million, and you know, they don't bend over backwards. Here's the thing: if you have $5,000, if you have $10,000, if you have $15,000, I don't care. It's your money. You worked hard for it. I do not take advantage of anything. So here I am. I just wanted to give a very, very, very quick synopsis about what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm going to come up with different videos for you. There's a link in the description below for the Mark Anthony Group. They have a lot of videos up. I am associated with the Mark Anthony Group, but this video is not for the Mark Anthony Group. But there's several different things that we can do. So they are fantastic company, and I just wanted to make sure that I've said that in this video. So I'll be making a lot more videos, more passionate. I'm going to try and keep them to 10 to 15 minutes each, just so you guys can get a plethora of knowledge, you know, to basically combat what you might be or might not be hearing out there, and understand there are people out there that really do care about whether or not you're in the right thing. So think of it as a doctor or a lawyer. There's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion, and it's free. Can't hurt, right? And if they're just giving you information, why not? That's what I have to say. What do you have to lose? Nothing. And for you to not get a second opinion, you to go to that same broker 20, 30 years, and they did lose a whole bunch of money, but you know, you trust them and this, that, and the other. I get it. But if you went to a doctor for 20 or 30 years, and as he's getting older, he accidentally left an instrument inside of your leg that you had cut open or had to get surgery on, do you still go to that doctor? Or do you get, you know, a second opinion to say, hey, you might not need to cut into that leg, or you might not need this medicine? So think about that. I appreciate your time. Hit the like and subscribe button. I hope to make some subscribers. I call you guys my brothers and sisters, and I'll explain more about that later. Thank you, and I look forward to it. Bye-bye.